Back More Angel. This is episode 7 of season 4, and I'm really excited to carry on with this season because we've had quite a bit of a gap from Angel now. We've had quite a bit of the Buffy life recently with the whole Watch Order and stuff. There's been a lot of Buffy. So I'm really excited to jump back into this and see what's going to happen next with the whole plot. So last episode was everyone kind of getting caught up in this memory loss spell and shenanigans, but Cordelia got her memories back, but she seems to remember or learn other things, I think, and there's some evil coming. I mean, there's always evil coming in these kind of shows, so that's not really a big surprise, but I'm excited to see where the story's going to go from here, what we're going to do next as we continue on with this season. Yeah, it's been too long without Fred, is what I'm basically trying to say. So let's get into it.
So let's give Cordy a little space. It's not like the world's gonna end right this second.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Connor.
Being kept safe by all the others.
Every time I close my eyes,
What?
Does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all?
it's almost here.
I know.
Oh! Oh!
Are you alright? Snakes?
On a plane?
And they came out of your what? Okay, well, did they get up there themselves, or was this part of a thing?
With snakes?
I'm not judging.
I am.
Kind of place I imagine us moving into one day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying tomorrow.
I know.
Just be nice one day. That's all.
Well.
I think it stopped.
Oh! Oh! Hello! I smell a rat.
You might want to look into an exterminator.
I just burned the place down.
Either way.
Everything they faced, I love that. That's like the thing that terrifies them the most.
Why are you dressed like that?
Isn't this what you like? Big brain and a tight little.
Lila.
Oh,
Bit of a bad evil witch.
no.
It's not about me. I saw the way you looked at her.
Jealous, are we? No change here then. Whoa.
Leave him on.
Then she can really see just how much he loves Fred instead of her.
I was kind of looking forward to a quiet soak alone.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Fred, what do you want from me?
Nothing.
Yeah, you've made that pretty clear.
That's not what I
Oh
meant.
boy.
You sure?
It wasn't your choice,
Fred, it's not who you are. It isn't in your heart.
but it's in yours.
It is now.
Oh boy.
She's staying with me now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Just because you mention it every 5 seconds.
After everything she's been through, the last thing she needs is Dad. Please.
Oh. Oh. It's a big step, calling him Dad.
I love you. I always will. You know that.
I'm sensing a
Suppose we could
butt,
Stop there.
and I want to die.
I wish I could. I remember seeing you. Your past, when you were in Jealous.
Oh.
You already knew.
You've seen him be jealous a few times.
Knowing's different than living it.
That's also true. You seemed fine about it when you actually were a higher being. Ah.
It's too soon.
Ah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's coming now.
Can he wait?
You should let her rest.
Oh, okay.
What else can you tell me?
Big,
I
powerful.
don't like that.
I don't know what's going on between Cupcake and her icing, but you know how she feels about you.
Nope. What was that? Huh?
It's a sparrow. Slammed right into the glass.
Was a sparrow. Oh, no. The bird is not the word. Hello, Gavin.
You help me, I stop it. Wolfram and Hart makes you Employee of the Month for protecting everything they set into motion for the last 1,000 years. You help me and I don't stop it. Well,
I do like it when
happens if this thing
Angel teams up with like Wolfram and Hart people.
Must be genetic.
What? You're important to me.
Guess the sneaky's not the only thing you got from Angel. Getting pretty good with saying the right words, too.
Complete sentences.
Maybe you're right.
I have a bad feeling they're doing a love triangle with that, and I know.
You really are getting awfully good with words. Oh my God. Darla.
My mother.
Oh,
She died here. Connor.
this is where you were born.
Where you were born.
Hello. Is there a link to that? Or what? Absolute unit. He was like, bitch, please.
Ow!
Oh dear, he's got hooves. Okay.
I'll hang my head out the window, see if I can pick up the Burkle vibe.
You can do that?
No, but it sounds comforting and I could use the air. It is a bit bright in here.
Oh,
They just handed these over.
Lila, she can be very giving.
You
Yeah.
tried all this?
No, the answers are in these pages. We need to figure this out.
I feel like Fred would be good at this.
I'm never gonna figure this out.
Oh. Just spells out, ha ha, losers. Oh.
The Eye of Fire.
Ancient alchemical symbol for fire and destruction.
You had me at fire.
Boys? I hate to be the little demon that cried apocalypse nowish, but,
I'm gonna do anything for you.
He did.
So cheer up.
Oh dear.
a watering hole for the tragically hip. Actors, models, all the hot mamas and yamas.
Shrine of the flesh. So, who's thirsty?
Let's do it.
Hey, I know location's everything, but,
Not very comforting to hear a vampire say who's thirsty.
You in?
Yeah! Avengers assemble. Oh no, oh dear. That's unfortunate.
Ooh, I'm gonna need a bigger arrow.
Time to kill Hellboy. Well. Oh no! Lara Croft. Another badass English person. I mean, it looked cool, but I don't think it did anything. Ooh. Where are you hiding that, Wesley? Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, that's unpleasant. Whoa! Oh. This could have gone better. I have a few notes. No. Oh.
That was never supposed to happen. A child of two vampires. What if...
It's not you.
There's so many reasons it could happen.
You don't know that.
Putting it all on himself, just like his dad. What the fuck? No! I can't be with you, Angel. I need more time. But I will make out with your son. Maybe it will let Fred and Gunn patch things up, though. Oh, please, God, no. No, 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 no. Get off of her! What is Ah! Oh no! Well, don't. Oh, at least look away. I want to look away. Oh my god! Thank God the world's ending if I have to see that. Okay. Should we start with the elephant in the room? The weird couple in the room? The nonsense in the room? I don't get it. Maybe a sympathy kiss at the end with Connor? Maybe at a push, and even then I'm like, no, I'd rather not see it. That felt off. The Connor Cordelia thing. Like, you already have like a love triangle going with Wesley, Fred and Gunn in a way. And adding Lyda on top of all that. It's like a love square, I guess. Why do we need this bullshit? I mean, looking back, they made a clear point of them being like, oh, I'm 21, you're 18, so, you know, age gap isn't really a thing. But he was a baby, and she remembers that now, like, less than a year before this. And that's the weird thing. She's like, I want you to have something that's real. I'm like, you don't actually love him though, do you? So it's not a real thing. And like, oh, it's the end of the world, so I guess it doesn't matter if I sleep with the son of the man I love. Nothing can happen with Angel, but she'll do that. I don't know. I feel like Cordelia's still very mucked up from her experience, because there was just something in this episode a lot, like, I think it's because she's just got her memories back, and you know, that all those visions of Angelus she must have seen must have got her quite like, Jesus Christ, life is awful, I hate everything. And seeing that monster and stuff, you know, obviously got her quite shaken and stuff, but Cordelia did feel kind of flat. And I don't think it was charisma in those scenes. I don't know. It just felt like the peppiness wasn't quite there with Cordelia then, even though she has her memories and stuff. So I feel like it's just because she's still getting used to being herself again. And maybe that's why she has a lapse in judgment here, and that happened. And Angel was watching it, like, see it, be disappointed as fuck, because I certainly was. And then, you know, at least, like, turn away. Like, I mean, let him finish, I guess. I don't know. That was a thing. I don't know what he's going to think of that and what he's going to say to Connor and Cordelia. I mean, I can see Connor doing that anyway, because him and Angel don't exactly have the best relationship, and he dumped him at the bottom of the ocean for months and months. So I bet he'd quite enjoy, quite literally, getting one over with Cordelia there on his dad. But that's quite a big betrayal on Cordelia's part for Angel. And she literally told him in this episode she loved him, and then she does that, even if it is for like sympathy or because the world's ending or whatever. And I don't know. That was... I'm not here for it. We'll see where they go with it. I mean, we're going to have to see where they go with it, because this is clearly where they're going with it. I hope it ends there. I hope they never talk about it again. Honestly, I miss the days in the last episode when no one remembered anything. Can we go back to that? I wish I'd forgotten that. Bloody hell. I don't know anymore what to say for that, but there's a lot of moments building up. They were clearly building up to it throughout this whole episode. Little like flirtatious moments. I don't know. It just didn't. I guess it's because Connor is really not Cordelia's type compared to what we've seen before. I know Xander was kind of not exactly her type before as well, but I don't know. I still kind of bought into it because they'd had that rapport and that kind of love-hate relationship leading up to that, and there's still a lot of passion and fire between Xander and Cordelia, even when it kind of then it became romantic. It was like, there was still like passion in their relationship before because they didn't get on very well. This, I just feel it was flat. There was nothing before this. He was a baby before this, and then he went all evilly and misled by Holtz, and then she went all glowy on him, and he went all glowy. And she's like, "Oh, baby, it's okay." It is just a very odd shift, and I don't know. That's bizarre. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I do know how I feel about it. I hate it, but maybe there's going to be a good story from it. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking, but I guess they have some idea. Maybe it's just a way of keeping Angel and Cordelia apart even longer. But I feel like they already had a good reason for that with her remembering all the Angela stuff. That's infinitely more compelling of a way to keep them apart if need be. But if the world's ending, well, let's turn him into Angelus again. Let's have some fun. The world's going to end anyway. No, I don't mean that really. But strange. But we'll see what happens, I guess. But all of it, even before any of that at the end, was just weird. And I feel like that reason doesn't make sense. And that whole relationship was just flat. And Cordelia felt flat because I think she just needs a bit more time to become herself again. And I don't think Connor really knew Cordelia properly before anyway. I don't think he intrinsically knew what she was like in the way everyone else does. So I guess he could just be like, yeah, this is her normally. So I can't really blame him. And he clearly does have an attraction to her and stuff. But weird, man. Weird. We'll see what happens, but weird. So I wasn't a big fan of that. The Buffyverse has done like world-ending stuff before, and I did like how this demon-y thing, weird Satan-looking guy, Hellboy. I like how we had Angel trying to fight this being that seems to be quite stronger than him. It's a really tough threat, and at the same time, we've kind of just seen Buffy go through a similar thing. So I like that's more so this watch order than like the episode numbers lining up and them going through things at the same time. Because obviously, I'm quite a bit further ahead in Buffy's season than Angel's at the minute, but I quite like how similar things are going on there, with like the Uber vamp in Buffy that they just dealt with as well. So that's interesting, but I don't know. I didn't really buy into this. Like, oh, this is the end of the world. I guess it's because of the placement in this season. Doesn't necessarily help, but just like all the things falling from the sky at the end, it just felt a bit, if you ask like a child to draw a picture of like, oh, what's the end of the world look like? If you ask anyone, like, what's the end of the world going to look like? People would say, oh yeah, there are things falling from the sky. It just felt a bit generic and like, yeah, I guess that's the end of the world. I don't know, it felt a bit cliche, I guess, maybe. So I didn't really buy into it because we know it's going to be fine in the long run, I would say. So I don't necessarily think the end of the world aspect thing was working for me in this one. But again, they may really escalate things in the next episode and beyond. Maybe the rest of the season is just them in this like hellish state of the world and they need to fix it. But I don't think that's going to be the case because everything in Buffy's happening. And unless the next... it's not going to be like, oh, the next episode of Buffy, maybe things are going to start fucking falling from the sky. But they're a lot further ahead. The timelines don't really work. They're on different networks now. They probably don't really think about the wider universe, which is fair enough because they shouldn't necessarily feel restricted just because there's another show set in the same fictional universe going on and doing things. But I don't know. I just think the whole apocalypse thing just felt very kind of generic and samey and bland, so I didn't quite buy into it. But maybe they'll go interesting places with it. Nonetheless, I did like Angel trying to be a bit more patient with Cordelia and saying, you know, she's just got her memories back, she needs a bit more time, and Lorne kind of pushing to move things along, which was enjoyable. Just his constant frustration, him answering all the phones. Basically, Lorne's a big mood because he just panics about everything in this episode, which is quite the 2020 mood. I mean, this is quite the episode to watch in 2020. Like, everything's going wrong. Cordelia staying inside and talking about, oh, she wants to go out for one, like leave the house for once, which is a big mood in 2020. The world's ending, like very 2020. So yeah, I like all the Lorne stuff, as I always do. Him helping everyone out. Then the team, in a way, coming together to fight the thing at the end. Obviously didn't go particularly well, but I liked Wesley fighting a good fight with them. That's always a good laugh, because Wesley's just such a badass now, so it's funny seeing him still kind of fit into that group, even though Wesley's so different to what he used to bring to the group dynamic. It's so different now, but it still works, and I think that's a testament to Wesley as a character, really. And the thing with him and Lila, I'm still really enjoying their kind of twisted, toxic relationship. I mean, Lila dressing up as Fred was quite something. That was a power move. I'm not sure it paid off for her, but that was something. But I think that Lila's actually quite jealous, and she's using that potential insecurity to her advantage and pretending that it's not really a thing and playing up to it by dressing up as Fred. And I think she actually likes Wesley's attention being on her and her alone a lot more than she'd ever let on. But alongside that, she still has quite a powerful position in Wolfram and Hart, and Gavin just talked and gave Angel that information so easily, and she was just like, oh, Gavin, you suck. Which again, is a big mood. And it's always fun for me when like Angel teams up with like Wolfram and Hart, and we saw it a lot with him and Lindsay in the earlier seasons, and him and Lila have had a few moments like that. So that's always a good kind of thing when they're working together and have like a common goal. I actually really do enjoy that. And maybe that could be a good thing to go for the season if like they need to stop this and they spend the whole season trying to stop this apocalypse thing. Like Angel and Wolfram and Hart having to like have this common goal and just team up to like stop the world from ending would actually be quite an interesting story that I'd like to see. But who knows where they're going to go with that. But as always, Lila was a lot of fun and good stuff. Like Lila could just have a scene with any character and it's going to be really good because it's Lila. You know, I really liked her and Sarjan last season. She's had some great scenes with Angel. She has some great scenes with Wesley. She had some great scenes with like Gavin and all the higher ups at Wolfram and Hart and Lindsay in years gone by. So it's always fun seeing her pop up and exactly what her reaction to all this is going to be as well, because Angel did kind of read into her a bit and was like, you know, you're afraid of this. This surprised you, this whole world-ending creature thing. And I do always enjoy it when they make Lila that bit more fleshed out and human and show that she is actually afraid of things sometimes. And this was a nice example of that. I really, really liked the Fred and Gunn stuff. Well, I didn't enjoy it because they're going through a rough patch, but I like that the events of episode 5 are still kind of damaging their relationship a bit, and Fred's kind of putting that distance between them, which was kind of fascinating. And Gunn's still trying to repair things, and they're kind of trying to talk about it, but also pretending that there isn't anything to talk about. But clearly there are some cracks there, and I think Fred felt a bit let down by Gunn in a way because he didn't give her that choice. But Gunn is also just thinking solely of her when he made that decision. So it's a very complicated thing, but I'm glad they're still addressing it. And, you know, they're putting an interesting struggle in their relationship for them to work through, as opposed to yet another love triangle where Cordelia sleeps with Angel's son. But okay. So I really liked everything with those two as well, and maybe this whole end of the world thing is a good way of putting things into perspective. They can work through it, realise how important they are to each other, all that jazz. And I do like that they kind of have like their place with that diner that we've seen them in a few times, and the waitress there was talking about seeing them a lot. I quite like that. It feels very real, you know, that they have like a regular spot that they'll always go to on dates or breakfast, lunch and stuff like that. So I like that they keep returning to that place. It just makes this, you know, the world and these characters and these relationships feel quite real in that respect. And to see a very sweet relationship like Fred and Gunn compared to, you know, I think a very physical relationship with Wesley and Lila, and then we have like Angel and Cordelia who can't really be together but also love each other, and now we have the elephant in the room, which is just is my summary. But overall, I think it was a solid episode. Wouldn't call it a favourite of the season so far, but I wouldn't call it bad. There was a lot to enjoy with some character stuff. I like the Wesley and Lila stuff. Really enjoyed the Fred and Gunn kind of block between there. Lorne's always a lot of fun to have around. Connor and Cordelia stuff, no, did not like that, but we'll see where they're going with it. And the apocalypse kind of thing, the actual creature of the demon thing looked quite cool. I like the threat he's posing. I'm sure they'll explore that a bit more, but the whole end of the world scenario and the apocalypse and all the things falling from the sky didn't quite land with me. I felt a bit flat and generic, just for my taste, for this one particular apocalypse in the Buffyverse. We've had a few, but for this one, I was just like, didn't quite buy into it in the same way I have with others in the past, I suppose. But maybe they'll sell me on it later on down the line. And yeah, the Cordelia and Connor thing is just strange, and it was just a very flat relationship, and I think Cordelia just still needs to find herself again and maybe come to her senses, hopefully. But yeah, I just feel like that's a plot point too far that they didn't need to do. There's already a block in between Angel and Cordelia. Why are we doing this? Unless they have an ulterior motive, I don't know. But we'll see. It's all we can do, but overall, pretty solid episode. A lot of things I'm very unsure of, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that was that. My next reaction will be to episode 8 of Angel, which I'm intrigued by now. Dreading it. I did like the one Cordelia and Connor scene. I did like was in the alley when they saw the spot where he was born. That was quite a nice little touch, a nice reminder of Darla. So I do feel like they glossed over Darla's death quite a lot, so I'm glad that they referenced that very briefly. But yeah, episode 8 will be my next reaction, and until then, thanks for watching.